All right. Today I wanted to speak on something that I find goes on quite often, and that is fake apologies or a quick apology just to see what your acceptance threshold is, right? And the reason why this is important to understand is because many people who are manipulative, controlling, fake, will often use this type of tactics. Of course, we know narcissists will use it, but again, a lot of these things, folks, it's becoming to be more pervasive in the respects of being outside of the capacity of being a narcissist, right? And this is one of them, right? Where you may have a friend, family member, an associate, coworker, whatever it may be, that does something out of place, out of line, that you don't like. You speak on it, you may have a short fallout, short disagreement. There's some static there, right? There's some things that come into play which cause you to have to react in a way that has to force an immediate boundary being put up. And again, when people, for whatever reason, are not used to being held accountable for their actions, let's put it that way, they don't feel that the type of response or corrective action that you take is fair or necessary to be doing. So many times, what they'll do is offer a fake apology. It's often not sincere, right? Because it's just a tactic, you know. It's to test how easily you will forgive them, essentially gauging your emotional boundaries and tolerance threshold. What are you going to tolerate? Are you going to tolerate this type of behavior? See, the quicker you respond to the apology with forgiveness, at least, the weaker people see that you are. Right? And again, I said it's not sincere. It's not a sincere expression of regret, but rather a strategic move. That's how you have to see it. When someone does something really bad to you, you have a major fallout, and the apology comes fairly quick, maybe within a few days, a week, even 2 weeks. I'll stretch to say, you know, it may say something like, "I'm sorry, I hurt you." Right? Another one. Let me put this one in here because this is a common one. They'll apologize immediately, right? And you stand your ground. You don't say anything. Then maybe 4 or 5 days later, a week later, they reiterate their apology with further explanation of why they're sorry. This is the one that often gets people into thinking, okay, maybe they really are sorry because they went ahead and they, further went into detail and put further emphasis on why they're sorry. And this is where a lot of you accept that apology at that moment and begin to mending things back as they were before. Right? Usually it's a way of minimizing their actions while still expecting forgiveness. The key here is that their apology is designed to elicit a quick surface level response so they can see how much you're willing to overlook what they did. The manipulation comes from the fact that they are not truly seeking reconciliation from you or understanding. Instead, they're testing your emotional threshold on how quickly and willing you are to forgive and let go of what they've done to you. All right? If they sense a quick forgiveness, many times they interpret that as an opportunity to continue their same behavior without facing consequences. Now, they may not do something the very next time, but you have to realize there are calculating people out here in the world that do look at things in this way. And this is what I'm putting you on to, so that you can protect yourselves from this type of behavior. So basically, it reinforces their sense of control and diminishes the potential for you to hold them accountable in the future. Right? It's something that happens more often than you may have paid attention to, before. But when these things happen and then you forgive them and then it's back to the same old things, they may say, hey, you want to hang out? Let's go here. And it's like, they're gauging how willing you are, how do you come back? Are you coming back the same way as you left off before they did that? Or are you a little bit apprehensive about them now? Are you a little bit more standoffish now after the apology and trying to reconnect with them? Are you holding them at a distance now? And when you look at it, even in the apology, when they say, I'm sorry if I hurt you, I didn't mean to upset you, if I did something wrong, I apologize. And if you think about that, notice the pattern here. The phrases aren't necessarily taking full accountability for the actions that caused the harm. They're often an avoidance of responsibility. As the use of words like if somebody has an apology and it's like, if I hurt you, I'm right. If they say that, or sorry if you were hurt by what I did or whatnot, it places the burden of the situation on the other person rather than the one who did the wrong when they use if. That's an escape method, right? It's a very subtle one, but it's an escape method to escape the accountability of the situation. See, the goal of the fake apology from the manipulative person is not to truly truly invested or interested in making amends. They don't want to do that because many times they feel like they shouldn't be held accountable and they don't feel wrong for it. Or they feel like you're overreacting. But let me apologize. Let me just say this because I know this is probably what they want to hear. Why? Because they've done this in other situations with other people. And it's worked. It's gotten them to get the forgiveness and get back to benefiting or being with the person or whatever they were getting prior to their fallout. See, if they can get you to forgive them quickly, they don't have to face the consequences of their actions. There's no introspection or anything from a quick acceptance of an apology. Also, it reestablishes their control. And by testing your forgiveness threshold, they are assessing how much power they hold over you in the situation. Once they realize how quickly you forgive them, trust me, they will repeat the same actions, knowing they won't be held accountable in the way that they should be. And this can be confusing to a lot of you because it can be perceived as an attempt to make peace, right? But forgiveness, the apology feels hollow, put it that way. All right? And you may feel torn, like, should you forgive them or should you not? Or do they need to be held accountable for their actions? Do you need to really make an example out of them? And that ambiguity can lead to the emotional exhaustion and self-doubt in your decisions that many of you wrestle with after you make a stance or take a stance. Now, when we talk about it, like, why is it important to recognize this test? Well, understanding that a fake apology is often a manipulative test, when you recognize that, it gives you power to respond thoughtfully, to put thought into your response. If you recognize that behavior, you can avoid that trap of giving a quick unearned, right? Key word is an unearned forgiveness. Forgiveness has to be earned, not just given out. Right? Where they're taking full responsibility. They allowed it the time and space, right? And also, what actions did they commit that involve more than just lip service to show you that they were truly sorry? All right? What did they do? What did they show you that they were truly sorry and that they truly value your friendship or value the relationship, partnership, whatever it may be? If a person is truly sorry, the efforts will be a lot more, put it this way, they'll be more above and beyond than just the surface level stuff to show you that they're sorry. Now, again, you have to watch out for really cold, really good manipulators that know these things and know, I need to show up with this. If it's gifts, if they know you're a person that's about gifts and you just melt or you cave in the moment someone comes with a gift for you and an apology, you'll be used by that exact same thing. You'll be manipulated by that exact same thing. Because they'll just go wait, let some time go by, and come back with a gift. And that's your forgiving threshold, which will also allow you to be manipulated through that very same thing. Right? So the major part of this is find out what it is, and everybody's going to have a different one. What is your acceptance language? Or what is your acceptance threshold when it comes to actually forgiving a person? There's some things that are unforgivable, but you have to know what those things are so that way you can properly engage with the whatever forgiveness method of acceptance that you choose. That's all I have to say about this. Just wanted to put that out there for this particular message. Till next time, have a good one. Take care.